Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Brothers, sisters, when our beloved Imam was born, amongst the joy that accompanies his birth, there was some sorrow too, because as Fatima Zahra Salamullahi alayha held her baby, there were tears in Rasulullah's eyes. And she said to him, "Why do you cry?" And he said, "Because Jibreel Amin informed me that this son of mine will be mercilessly killed by my own ummah." Fatima Zahra Salamullahi alayha said, "Will you be there? Will Abul Hassan be there? Will I be there?" And, the Prophet said, "No." Said, "Will Hassan, my son, be there?" Said, "No." And Fatima, the new mother, said, "Then who will weep for my son? Who will weep?" And Rasulullah gave basharat for communities like us. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will create a community. Their elder and seniors will weep over the elderly of Hussein. Their men folk will weep over the men of Hussein. And their women will weep over the women of Hussein, and until their children will weep over the children of Hussein alayhi salam. And Fatima Zahra at that time said something. She said, "If that is the case, O Father, then Wallah, I will not enter Jannah. I will not enter Jannah till I look for each and every one of them. And I take each and every one of them with me, because they consoled our hearts." This is the day. This is the day to earn that ajr. When we say, "A'adham Allah wujurana wa wujurakum," this is what it means. May Allah increase my ajr and your ajr, because we are weeping over the musibah of Hussein. And it is this that we will show the day of judgment, that we are azadar, ya bibi, we are the azadar. We are the ones who cried for your son. We are the ones who wailed and wept over his tragedy. Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam was so keen to make sure that this tragedy would not be forgotten. Our fifth Holy Imam says that our sixth Holy Imam says that whenever Muharram would come, I would not see my father smile very often. And once we have one of the Sahaba comes to the house of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, and he says, "I saw my Imam weeping and tears were rolling down his cheeks as if pearls were coming down." Then I said to him, "What is the matter, Ya Imam?" And he looked at me and said, "Do you not know that this is the day when my grandfather was slaughtered hungry and thirsty on the day of Ashura?" But I say, Ya Imam, at least somebody was asking you why you are crying. At least somebody had that hamdardi to come and console you. But on the day of Ashura, there was no one to console the ladies who were weeping. There was no one to console Hazrat Ali, Zainul Abidin, as he was weeping. Someone once asked Imam Rada alayhi salam that your family has seen many shahada. Why do you weep so much over Hussein more than you weep over others? And my Mawla says, in our family, as long as Al-Hussein was alive, we felt that all the Ahlul Kisa were alive. But when he was murdered, it was like we lost again Rasulullah and Fatima and Ali and Hassan. It is like forever we lost those personalities that Rasulullah had gathered under the Kisa. The day of Ashura begins in the morning where Imam alayhi salam, instead of turning to Hajjaj bin Masruh, who is his normal muazzin, Hajjaj had been the muazzin from Medina till Karbala. Today Imam alayhi salam turns to Ali Akbar and says, "Ya Ali, go forth and give adhan." I don't know, when I read that, perhaps the Imam wanted to be reminded of the Prophet, because this was the boy he used to look at when he wanted to be reminded of his beloved grandfather. When Ali al-Akbar went out to battle, Rasulullah Imam said, "Ya Allah, be witness that I sent forth that person who most closely resembles my grandfather in his manner and in his speech. And when we wanted to remember our grandfather, we used to look at Ali. Or maybe perhaps Imam alayhi salam wanted to make a point to the enemy that all people who have arrayed and massed against us, look, this is Shabih Payambar. This is the one, when you hear his voice, it is like the voice of Rasulullah. Here is your chance to change your mind. Here is your chance to recant. But instead of that, we find that Amr bin Sa'ad Mal'un struts forward and shoots an arrow in the sky and tells everyone, be witness that it was I who began the hostilities. Make sure you tell Yazid that it was I who shot the first arrow. The battle begins in the morning, at around 10 o'clock. The battle begins in the morning. And there were so many stories of bravery. Some have been lost to us. Some have reached us. Individual acts where people came and sacrificed themselves. We have the story of Wahab. Wahab was recently married. He had come to Karbala with his mother and his young bride. When Wahab decided to go for battle, when he came to Imam Hussain alayhi salam for permission, his wife accompanied him. Imam alayhi salam said to Wahab, we are thankful for your assistance. Wahab said, my wife, my bride would like to ask you something. This lady comes forward and says, Ya Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, I give permission for Wahab to go on two conditions. We are strangers in this land, and when this battle ends and people are taken prisoner, please assure me that I will be with Zainab. This poor lady thought that Zainab, being the princess, will not be harmed. Zainab, being the princess, will be treated with care. Imam alayhi salam looks down and she said, and make Wahab promise that when he reaches Jannah, that he takes me with him as his wife here in Jannah. Habib ibn Mazahir comes, Muslim. Joan comes forward. Joan is the old aged servant and slave of Abu Dhar. He is with the house of Imam Hassan and then with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He is a black man from Ethiopia. He comes forward. Imam alayhi salam says to him, Ya Ammu, Ya uncle, there is no war for you. Go away. People will not do anything to you. And he looks at Hussein in the eye and said, after a lifetime of service, Ya Hussein, when it is my time to reach Shahada, you deny me this? Imam Hussain alayhi salam says, I don't deny you honor. I don't deny you honor. Go. At that time, as people begin to go forward, Abu Thamama says to Imam alayhi salam, it is time for Zuhr Mawla. How good it would be to pray behind you one more time. Imam alayhi salam says, yes indeed, we shall pray Salatul Khawf. He says to the enemy, we should cease hostility while we devote ourselves to Allah. But the enemy says, oh Hussein, your salat will not be accepted. Oh Hussein, you are a rebel. You have fought against Amirul Mu'mineen, your salat is batil. Imam alayhi salam's companions said to them, woe be to you, the salat of the son of the Prophet is batil, and your salat is batil. They would not cease. So Sa'id and Hilal, they came forth and they said, we will stand in front of you, O Imam, you lead the prayer. As the soldiers come one by one to pray briefly and leave, Imam alayhi salam begins the salat. Sa'id and Hilal are there in front of Imam, but the arrows are coming too fast. Sa'id realizes that he cannot block all the arrows with a shield. So now he puts his body forward. He puts his body forward. Habib ibn Mazahir says that when Imam said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Sa'id falls to the ground and looks at Imam and said, have I served you, Mawla? Have I served you? Soon all the friends had gone. And now it was the time of the flowers of the garden of Zahra to go. One by one these young men went. Ali al-Akbar, Muhammad, Qasim, Abbas. In the end, Imam alayhi salam even had to take Ali Asghar and they did not spare him. Now the time is near us. Hussein alayhi salam looks around and says, where are you, my brave lions? Hussein needs you. Will you not answer Habib? Will you not answer Abbas? Hussein is alone. There was no reply. My Mawla comes back to the tent. My Mawla comes back to the tent and begins to say his farewell. He comes and he says to Zainab Salamullahi alayha, I have to have some words with the Imam who will follow my Imam. There are matters of Imamat that I will entrust to him. Imam alayhi salam goes to the tent where his son Ali Zainul Abidin is in and out of fever. He is so ill. Zainab Salamullahi alayha gently takes the head of Sajjad and puts it on her lap and rouses him. When Imam Sajjad looks at his father, he describes it in his own words. He said, I did not recognize him. There were so many wounds and I was taken aback. I said to him, Baba, where is Ali al-Akbar? Because he is never far from you. Where is Abbas? Where is Habib ibn Mazahir? And to each one, Mawla looked down and said, Qad Qutil. He has been killed. He has been killed. He said, when I asked about my brother Ali Akbar to my father could no longer reply, and he said to me, Sajjad, amongst the men folk, just understand that there is only me and you. Everybody else has gone to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam alayhi salam tries to rise. He says to Zainab Salamullahi alayha, support me so I can rise, so I go for my duty to jihad. And Imam alayhi salam says to him, Sajjad, be patient. Your jihad is coming. Your trial awaits you. There is a long way you have to go still. Imam alayhi salam says that I distinctly remember that when I saw my father that last time, his lips had split with thirst. And when he looked at me, in his last wasiyah, he said to me that, oh Sajjad, when you meet my Shia, tell them that when they drink cool water, to remember that Imam who was thirsty till the end, to remember this Mazloom who was killed without water. This is the day to weep, my friends. This is the day that our tears will be, inshallah, shields for us against the fire in the day of judgment. Now Imam Hussain alayhi salam comes to say goodbye to Zainab. He says to her, oh dear sister Zainab, till last night you had a companion who would get up with you in Salatul Layl. Tonight, oh Zainab, when you get up, remember that your brother used to pray with you. Remember him in your prayers, because I will no longer be at your side. Zainab Salamullahi alayha weeps. Then she comes forward and she kisses Imam Hussain alayhi salam on the throat and says, I remember mother saying to me, Fatima Zahra Salamullahi alayha saying to me that when you see Hussein for the last time, kiss him on his neck for me. Imam alayhi salam, tears come to his eyes. And he gently brings Zainab Salamullahi alayha and kisses her arms. And she said, Father told me this too, that when you say your farewell to Zainab, on my behalf, kiss her arms. Because this is where the Mala'een will bind her so tightly with ropes and drag her from city to city in the market. Then Imam asks for some old clothes to be brought. He puts on an old clothes. This is the state of the Imam, that this is the state of the hatred he knows and the be'izzati he knows that these people will do. He wears old clothes and then he tears them. And he tells Zainab Salamullahi alayha, maybe now they will not strip me of my clothes because there is nothing there that they want to take. Imam alayhi salam now, after bidding farewell, sits on his horse. And he says, oh my faithful horse, one more journey Hussein imposes on you. But Zuljana does not move. Imam alayhi salam says, Zuljana, I know you have carried me all day and you are tired. Move. But Zuljana does not move. When Imam alayhi salam looks down, he sees that there is a girl holding on to the leg of Zuljana. And saying, oh Zuljana, don't take my father to the battle. And oh Zuljana, whoever has gone has not come back. Imam alayhi salam dismounts and caresses Sakina and says, Sakina, I have to go. The religion of my grandfather demands that I go. Let me go now. The enemies who reported to Mukhtar said, when we saw Hussein come, we expected a broken man, a man who had seen everything beloved to him killed in front of him. But mashallah, he fought like a lion. Wherever he fought, the enemy would run from him. He had energy that they did not expect a man at the end of so many hours to have. And they, in turn, now surrounded him. And they said that we realized that we will not be able to fight him in any other way except that we surround him. And he said we got him in one place where we hit him with everything we could lay our hands on. Suddenly my Mawla was surrounded and people were throwing stones, people were shooting arrows, people were throwing spears, people were fighting him with the sword. Zainab Salamullahi alayha could not see very well, so she mounted on a little bit of a higher place. And so she could watch the battle. But then suddenly Hussein enters a valley. She no longer can see him. She comes back to the camp and says, Sajjad, Zainul Abidin, I cannot see Hussein. Come quickly, tell me what is going on. As Imam Sajjad alayhi salam comes to the tent, comes to the end of the tent, he sees on a spear ahead. He says, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdillah. Suddenly the earth of Karbala is shaking. And a voice screams out, Allah qad qutil al-Husayn bi Karbala. Qad bi al-Husayn bi Karbala. Ya Husayn. Ya Husayn. Ya Husayn. Ya Husayn. Ya Husayn.